What's up, everybody? We are here live to watch some Formula V's at Barber Motorsports Park tonight as these guys are about to start qualifying. And I don't have any of my overlays prepared because I was messing with computer settings and spending too much money on a new computer, but we'll see how that goes as these guys are going to go out there and put down some qualifying here and just... Oh, they're heading out now, as you can see them there. Heading off of pit road. I'm just going to update a couple little things on the overlays and pull up the ticker. What are you guys up to today? You got anything good going on? I know Levi's got a race later. Let's go out there. So in practice, David was the fastest one in practice. I'm not sure if he's going to be able to pull the fastest time down in qualifying, but he's definitely showed some speed here today. Actually, I saw Stowers got on there. I don't know if he ended up putting out a lap time or not, but when I looked last, it was all David at the top of the charts. Marcellus not far behind. Not too familiar with this track as I downloaded it just before the broadcast. So we're going to take some laps with these guys. Let's go ahead and go on board with the number 21 as he seems to know what he's doing in this thing. So we got 10 drivers here tonight. Smalling didn't make it again. I guess he feels like he's probably out of the hunt now, so maybe that's playing a role on why he's not in. But he definitely missed some races due to vacation and some other things going on. But let's not forget, he was Southern Grown's champion this year, so make sure you guys give Smalling a congratulations, as that was one heck of a run this season, and his teammates. So what's up, Uncle Kenny? How are you doing tonight? What do you got going on? Anything good? So yeah, it takes quite a bit of time to do a lap around this track. It's a pretty big track, so 15 minutes of practice. We'll see how many laps they can get in. We'll see if the draft plays a role here. You let them have the championship. Levi definitely a team player in that race. Help him push Smalling up to the front when he was put out back. So far, Spencer Pete, there's David with a quick time of 107.36. Got Spencer and Timothy Pete right behind him with the second and third, and there's Mark Crawford. We got to watch out for Mark Crawford. Mark Crawford has definitely shown a ton of improvement this season, and he could sneak away with a win here tonight. He could be a surprise winner, as he's definitely shown some growth. And there's Thomas Stowers. No surprise, up to second on the chart. Let's see if he can pick up on that time, since he's about 0.7 of a second slower than David right now. We're still waiting on Marcellus to cross the start-finish line. But we got to watch Mark Crawford. He's definitely been an up-and-comer here this season, and he could very easily steal a win from one of these guys at some point in the remaining few races left of the season. He's definitely been getting faster and faster every week. Still waiting. Oh, we got Juan up to third, Marcellus in fourth. So from second on back, from second, third, and fourth, those times are pretty quick. Ooh, look at David with a quicker time of 107.20. He's making it even harder. He's almost a full second faster than the rest of the cars right now. I mean, qualifying's one thing, but let's see what these guys do. Yeah, I get it. Gotta get your stream in. So we've seen these guys. Oh, there's Stowers with a pickup. Seen these guys have some good qualifying times, but when it comes to race time, and these cars are all bunched together, you could almost throw it out the window. You got these guys working the draft and racing hard, keeps them all together in a big group. So let's see if those fast times pay off tonight, or if it's just going to be another let's latch onto the leader and follow him and get those runs and pass. I've had some good racing in these V's this year. But yeah, I just pulled the trigger today. Got a nicer computer, so hopefully I can make my streams a little nicer. And won't have some of the little issues that I had because my PC definitely struggles with some of the stuff, especially like today when I have to jump broadcast to broadcast to broadcast. It definitely struggles a little bit with that as I'm peaking out on so much. But right now, I'll tell you what, the computer's running pretty good. My GPU isn't even overworking right now, so maybe something changed along the way to make it a little bit easier, but definitely looking forward to seeing that nicer computer, being able to run it at higher settings and give you guys a little bit more in the broadcast. It definitely looks nice and crisp on my phone over on Twitch. I upped some of the settings, but there's still a few that I can't up. So we'll see how that goes. How's the stream look with the updates? Do the cars look a little crisper? Because that was the main thing. I turned that up. So we got a new driver in here I haven't seen. We got Scott in that '07. Right now he's currently 10th fastest, but a little bit of pickup, he'll move his way up. Justin's struggling today in the 9th position. Justin, oh, there's Justin up a spot. Mark Crawford dropping all the way back to 6th. Look at Marcellus. Marcellus has moved himself up within 2.5 tenths of first, up to second. Stowers right behind him with a .53. These guys are definitely getting closer. Thanks. Yeah, that buffering stuff sucks. Buffering is for the birds. Definitely not big on buffering. Let's go check out the newcomer. Let's see if he's able to pick up on his time. He's in that '07. Oh, put him on the stream and he drives off the track. What are you doing, Scott? Get back up there. So Scott's going to go ahead and reset, I think, right here. He's definitely one of the newer drivers. Well, he's got an A license, but a lot of this will probably be learning for him. Right now we got David still out front, and he keeps improving that time as he's down to a 107.09. And this guy just keeps getting faster and faster every lap. Stowers now up to a 107.43. Look at him and Marcellus. Him and Marcellus are on top of each other with 4.43 and 0.45. Right? Yeah, it sucks working with those companies sometimes. It definitely sucks. They're on their time. But heaven forbid you're late on your bill. So David continuing to put down faster and faster laps. Ooh, the 29 of Spencer Pete got turned around. Spencer Pete gets turned around trying to put down a fast lap. They got to be careful, especially downshifting in these things, because it does make a big difference where you downshift. Let's go check out that 211 machine. Oh, as I do it, I got to stop looking at these guys. Every time I do it, they seem to have a little snafu, so to speak. Got the number 52 from Brazil out there. Trying to put down a fast lap. He's up to 5th quickest. What is that, Frazen? What's up, Scott? As soon as I put the camera on you, you went off the track. Mark Crawford out there, he's back to 6th quickest. He's definitely trying to put down some fast times. But the one thing I've learned about Mark is you can't count him out. He's going to figure out how to get a little bit faster. And that number 5 machine. Don't count him out for tonight's race. Spencer Pete out there, still trying to beat down some laps. Trying to pick up a little speed and figure out what he's doing right and what he's doing wrong. Right now, it looks like these top drivers haven't picked up any. David's still out there doing laps. We got about 4 minutes left to qualify, and then we're gonna go to the sprint race, the heat race, and see how these guys run in a pack. No pit stops, and see what happens. See if people can take advantage of the draft. If the leader's gonna have a hard time pulling away. And the interesting thing, at the end of the sprints, if this is the first time that you are watching, the top 5 from the sprint get inverted. So whoever wins the sprint ends up in 5th, and whoever ends up in 5th ends up 1st. And that creates a little bit different challenge here for these guys. Makes these fast guys have to work for it a little bit more than they're used to. David out there putting some blistering fast laps down. Let's see if Thomas Towers can get a faster lap out in that 2:11. He's got the 51 all over his bumper. Timothy Pete seems to have picked up something. Oh, and as I say that, Pete falls back a little bit. But Timothy Pete was staying with... Oh, Pete got turned around. Timothy Pete was staying with him for a minute. The Stowers now pulling away. Let's see if he gets a faster lap this time by. See if he can get a little bit closer to that pole. I think Spencer Pete is all but locked up this championship here for these guys tonight. Or Thomas is all but locked up. I think he's pretty much locked up the championship here. I don't know if anybody can catch him. David came in too late, and Smalling hasn't been around, who was his closest competitor. So I'll go ahead and pull up the points. See where these guys are at. View season. So yeah, the points right now is Thomas Stowers in 2nd, Smalling way back, and Thomas Stowers in 1st with 206, Smalling with 135 in 2nd, and he hasn't been here the last 2 races. Marcellus in 3rd with 119, Mark Crawford in 4th with 100, Kevin, who's not here tonight, and 5th with 85, David, newcomer, with 78 points in 6th, Spencer Pete with 52, Juan with 45, Philippe with 33, Andrew with 31, Justin with 31. So yeah, I don't think anybody, unless there's an epic issue with Stowers' computer, I don't think anybody's going to catch him. But guys, give me 1 minute. We got about 2 minutes left to qualify, and then I'll be right back. Time to grid for tonight's sprint race. We're going to go ahead and pull up the starting grid. On the pole, David with the fast time of 107.091. Thomas Stowers in second. Marcellus in third. Juan in fourth. Conrado in fifth. Mark in sixth. Spencer Pete in seventh. Justin in eighth. Timothy in ninth. And Scott in 10th, guys. That's your starting grid as we're about to go green flag racing. Let me find a good view of these guys. Is there isn't really one. Waiting for the green flag. Levi says, good luck, everybody. As we're waiting on Thomas Stowers to grid. Right now, that is the one we're waiting on. There's Stowers. Waiting on the green flag. As these guys are lined up, we're sitting on the nose of David. Let's give it a green flag. Green, green, green. We're going to go ahead and go to the ticker across the top because it shows us the time. As David leads him into turn one. Oh, we got a mix up in the back. Big wreck in the back of the pack. As it takes out 4 drivers. Looks like Conrado, Justin, Timothy, and Spencer Pete. All taking out a contact right there. Let's see if we can figure out what happened. As these guys pile into turn one. Looks like Conrado got loose. Justin loses a wheel. Tough luck for those guys there as they got caught up in a little bit of over braking, I think, into turn one on cold tires. Meanwhile, we're going to go back up to the race for the lead as David isn't pulling away. Thomas is staying on his tail. Got Thomas on the tail of the number 21 of David. Mark Crawford in tow. Like I said, don't count out Mark Crawford in that number 5. He's gotten faster and faster every week. He qualified 6th, I believe. He's up to 3rd already. Marcellus in tow. Go back a little ways to Juan. Then Scott, newcomer Scott. And these guys involved in the wreck are a little bit further back as it looks like Marcellus is going to get around Crawford. Crawford lets him around pretty easy. Crawford knows he's going to sit behind these guys and learn. He's got 15 minutes to learn for the main event. We should get about 14 laps in here in the sprint race as Stowers almost catches a little bit of grass there. And look in the background. It looks like Juan might actually be catching these guys in this 191. Visually, anyway. Let's go ahead and pull up the battle box. So right now, the battle for 3rd. We got Mark Crawford in the 4th position. Got Juan out in 1.6 seconds back. Marcellus about 7/10 in front of him. It doesn't look like Juan is catching him. Visuals. He's racing in the KMM race after this. Make sure you watch out for Levi at Dover. We're going to be at Dover in the next gen cars. I don't know how it's going to go. Whether it's all wrecks or all racing, it's going to be a lot of fun. So Stowers all over the back bumper, if there was a bumper on these things, of David as he's 2/10 back. Marcellus trying to reel him in. Go back to Crawford. They're definitely pulling away from Juan. You don't really love these cars. It's not always about what you love. So Stowers, we'll probably see, I don't know, maybe we'll see Stowers later in the pros. Look at Scott. Juan had an issue. Let's go see what happened to Juan. Let's see what happened to him here. Oh, he's going to catch a little bit of the grass. He does. And that thing just turns around and noses into the wall. Big hit by the 191. Tough luck for him. But I'll tell you what, that puts newcomer Scott in that 5th position. Scott's comfortably in 5th, which is going to put him on the pole for the feature if he stays where he's at. So Scott just needs to be consistent, not lose too much ground on 6 behind him. He's got about 11 minutes to survive, but he could be potentially starting on the pole in his first race with the eFormula Vee series. That would be something else. To go back up to the front, we got David still in the front. Thomas Stowers in tow. They're definitely pulling away from Marcellus and Mark. So we're going to stay on this battle for first, as it seems to be the best battle of the race right now. It looks like Stowers is just kind of biding his time, learning what he can from David. As there's 10 minutes remaining in this race, in the sprint race. Stowers looks high. Nothing there. He's going to stay down low, up against the white line. He stays a little bit lower than David. I don't know. It looks like that might have hurt him and scrubbed off a little speed. Once you get some internet, Uncle Kenny will have to get you in him. Stowers with a big run has to break in hard. That hurt him. But he's still staying right there with David. But David's got 0.6 of a second on him. Now 0.7. Ken Stowers reel him back in. Couple little mistakes here could get you behind. And David knows that better than anyone because he's been the fastest car at a lot of these tracks. And it's been little mistakes that have definitely costed him victories here early in his career at the eFormula Vee series. Guys, if you haven't yet, make sure you go check out eFormula Vee over on Facebook. Make sure you give them a like and a follow. That way you can keep up to date with what they're doing. So right now, just a rundown, we got David in the lead. Thomas in second. Yeah, go get some practice in, bud. Yeah, I'm going to need it, right? Marcellus in third. Mark Crawford in fourth. Scott, look at Scott running in that 5th position. Corrado. Oh, he's not on the track. Something happened to him. Let's go find out what happened to him. This will be a second incident of the race. Timothy Pete was behind him. But let's go check out what happened to this number 52 machine. Oh, it's one. Oh, he just stopped. Something happened. Huh. I don't know what happened to him there, but hey. We're going to go back up to the lead. Watch this battle as it looks like he is David is definitely pulling away from Thomas. Thomas made a small series of mistakes, and it's definitely cost him here, as David has been perfect through the sprint race. 8 minutes remaining. As we jump on the back of this number 211 machine, Kenny reel him in. Go ahead and pull up the tickers. He's almost 1 second back. He's definitely going to need a little bit of help here. Looks like that number 52. Nope, he hasn't pulled back out. It looked like he had, but he didn't. David is catching lap traffic. Lap traffic could play a role in the end of this thing, as it definitely looks like Thomas is closing back in on him. Will these lap cars cost him the lead? I mean, I know Thomas likes to win everything he's in, but it's got to be tempting to try and get around him to get a victory, but it's got to be tempting to also stay there and gain a little bit of advantage going into the feature, knowing he is fast, and every little 10th of a second is clearly going to matter here tonight. So Stowers is definitely closing in on David as lap traffic is playing a role. Spencer Pete's going to move outside. Stowers right now is 4/10 of a second back, a little less than 4/10 of a second. Can he catch him? Is they're now on the back bumper. Oh, they got around him. So now they can battle it out between the two of them, but that allowed Stowers to catch back up. Stowers is only 0.3 of a second, 0.2 of a second behind him now. 6 minutes remaining. Can Stowers make a move? Stowers gets loose and almost loses and somehow saves it. Spencer Pete gets back around him. How did he save that one? What a save by that number 211 of Thomas Stowers. That's probably going to cost him the victory, an opportunity at the victory. As we pull it up, it looks like Marcellus might actually be closer. Yes. Marcellus is actually closer to Thomas than Thomas is close to David. So that was definitely a big mistake there. He's going to try and run this one out, keep his second place, keep Marcellus behind him as Timothy P has a crash. Let's go see what happened to him. That was a heck of a save by Stowers, though. I thought he was done. Oh, Timothy P just gets loose. Loses the back end. Not too bad. Kind of no harm, no foul. Just go back up. Thomas Stowers has to be kicking himself. He's going to try and get back around Spencer Pete and try and close in on the leader. He's got 4 minutes to do it. I just think there's too much time. It's 4 seconds. He's 4 seconds behind. 4.5 seconds. Just about. Behind the leader. I think that's too big of a margin to overcome. So we're going to go back here to our fifth place driver. Our fifth place driver has plenty of cushion as he's 20. Oh! I say that and he gets loose and slides around. I got to stop showing him. He had a 29-second lead on 6th place, but he gets it turned back the right way. Gets it going straight again. Scott is looking to take the pole in the feature if he stays right where he's at. He's just got to keep that thing in one piece. Don't race it too hard. You got a huge lead. You got a huge lead. Let's stay ahead of everybody and go ahead and grab that pole for the feature as he's way up front of 6th place. 6th place is 1 lap down. He's not a lap down yet. So Stowers, bad luck for him, man. Gotta feel for that number 211 machine as he definitely was showing some speed. David's making him work a lot harder than he's used to having to. And that got him loose. But I'll tell you what, I promise you, Thomas Stowers learned more from that little slip-up than he would of anything else that he's going to learn today. He might be dangerous in the feature tonight, no matter how fast David is, because he definitely knows the limits of that Formula V here tonight. Let's see. I'm going to go to lap charts. I'll give you guys an idea. Right now, David is running about 0.4 of a second quicker than our number 2 machine. And Stowers put down the fastest lap of this session, so last lap. So we're going to see what they are this time by. Let's see what kind of time Thomas Stowers put down this time. He actually looked like he might have been quicker. Yep, Stowers about 0.1 of a second quicker. That's not enough to get to the lead, but he's definitely throwing some consistency back up in there. He's going to show that he deserves to get the victory here tonight in the feature. 2 minutes left to the heat race, to the sprint race as they call it. And these guys will be going feature racing right after that. Thomas Stowers comfortably in second. Marcellus in third. Good run for him here tonight. He's definitely been bit by the computer bug. But right behind him, Mark Crawford, only 0.7 of a second, showing some speed. Does Mark really want to get around him, or does he want to start on that front row? I don't know. Mark's definitely... Spencer Pete gets turned around. Marcellus just misses him. Crawford to the outside. That allows Crawford to close in 0.3 of a second on that number 61 machine of Marcellus. 0.2 of a second back. Looks like they'll have 2 more laps to go. Excuse me. 2 more laps to go for these guys. as we have a battle for third. Stowers is way up there. Spencer Pete definitely shook this up for these guys. As Mark looks inside of that number 61 machine. Can he get him? Put Mark in the third position. No, Marcellus fights back. Marcellus back in on the inside, side by side, through the left-hander. Can Mark seal it? He gets it. He gets that third position. What a run by Mark. I told you guys, don't count him out. He's definitely going to be one to watch as he's put down a pretty quick time in the race. His last lap was his second quickest time with a 107.77. His quickest time was a 7.6, so he's definitely running consistent laps, and he's getting faster every time. We should have one to go this time by. One more. Oh, Mark loops it. Mark, oh, tough luck by Mark as he gets loose there. He's got to get it going back straight, hoping the number 5 car, the 5th place car, he is the 5 car, the 07 doesn't catch him. Mark Crawford puts it back in the right direction. He's going to go ahead and finish this lap. We got a heck of a battle back here with these lap cars. Spencer and Justin racing for that 7th position. Spencer's going to take it. Justin back to 8th. Go back up to the front as David's going to come around and grab the checkered flag for the sprint race. He's going to take that victory here and set himself 5th place in the main event. Thomas Stowers is going to go ahead and finish in 2nd. Marcellus 3rd. Mark Crawford, man, he had such a solid run. Only mistake he made, and that's going to put him back to the 4th position, but he's going to be starting on the front row. He'll be starting in P number 2. And newcomer Scott, in that 07, he's going to go ahead and bring himself home 5th place and take the pole for the feature. He's going to be starting first in his first event with eFormula Vee series. That's awesome. That's awesome to see a new guy come in here. He's going to start on the ball. I know he's got to be excited about that one. Timothy Pete looking to take home 6th. Spencer Pete took home 7th. Justin 8th. Conrado and 9th. And Juan in 10th. And then these guys are going to get ready. Get a little bit of warm up and get ready for your main event here tonight. Wow, that was crazy. There was definitely some drama involved up in that one. But guys, these guys are going to have a little warm up. I'm going to check on the kids real quick. And I will be right back. Let me find something for you to watch before I go. This ticker. And I'll be right back. Shoot, I grabbed a couple drags off the cigarette. I got a Dunkin' iced coffee next to me, so I'm good on the drink. But I took my kids in and got a couple drags off the cigarette, and I'm back. As it looks like not too many people are taking advantage of this practice. Justin, I know, has been out there a couple times, but he hasn't even completed a lap. And David out here is still getting faster, trying to figure out how to get a little bit faster, knowing he's going to get some competition out of Thomas Stowers here. And by far, just to give you an idea, I'm going to run through the I ratings. So David has a 4160 I rating on road. Scott has a 1012. Juan has a 1424. Marcellus with a 1545. Spencer Pete with a 1221. Timothy Pete with a 1291. Justin with a 1318. Mark Crawford with a 1617. Thomas Stowers only with a 1206, but I don't think he does a lot of officials, and that'll be some of the issue with these I ratings. And Colorado with a 1043. So just to give you an idea of how lopsided David should be over the rest of these drivers, as we're about to grid up for tonight's feature event. Let's pull up the starting grid. We got Scott, newcomer, in that 07, starting on the pole. Mark Crawford in second. Marcellus in third. Thomas Stowers in fourth. David, lightning fast, in that 21, starting fifth. And Timothy Pete in sixth. Spencer Pete in seventh. Justin in eighth. Conrado in ninth. And Juan's going to round up the field in that 10th position as these guys are about to go green flag race, and they're revving it up as you hear them out on the starting grid. Let's go ahead and pull the ticker across the top. We're going to do a rear chase and look off the nose of that 07 and watch these guys take off here tonight. Make sure you put your favorites down in the chat. Down in the chat as these guys are all gridded up. Green flag's about to come out. Oh, Stowers just jumped a little bit. Is that going to be a black flag for the 211? Green flag is out as Mark Crawford gets a great jump. Scott, he's falling back as these guys are going to dive into turn one. Mark Crawford to the point, way out. Thomas Stowers right behind. Oh, we got a mix-up. Looked like Marcellus might have gotten caught up in that one. Oh, tough luck for Marcellus there. As they come into the first turn, what happened? Oh, Marcellus got snappy loose, and Spencer Pete was a victim. Oh, tough luck. Tough luck for those guys there. As Timothy Pete, Marcellus, and Justin all in the pits. Mark Crawford at the point. Thomas Stowers and David chasing him down. Oh, Stowers cut the nose of David. Closes in on Mark. As we got a battle for the lead. Stowers looking to take the lead. Down on the inside of Mark Crawford as they go into turn one. Can he make it stick? Seen so many mistakes right there, and Stowers does it flawless as David tries to make the move and the door is shut. David now back to the third spot. Stowers is going to try and get on that loud pedal, get as much space between him and David as possible. Mark Crawford playing defense here is definitely going to help Stowers out, but they're not able to get away from him. Oh, David does barely get around Mark Crawford there, as Crawford is going to try and stay glued to the back end. So we had another incident we're going to go back and look at now that this is starting to even out. The number 52 had an issue going down in here to the turn. Let's see what happened to him. Just got loose. Oh! Just barely missed by Juan. As Juan gets turned around and faced the right way. So we have David now on the hunt of Thomas Stowers. Will he make a mistake like Stowers did behind? or will he be able to catch and pass him as Stowers is holding this lead by about 0.3 of a second. Mark Crawford hanging on 0.4 of a second back from the second place driver, David. Now 0.5. Here comes David down on the inside of Stowers. It looks like he can take it under brake. No, Stowers throws it in there. He's going to be in position through here. Somehow Stowers held that. That opens the door for Mark Crawford. They're trying a three-way battle for the lead here. David somehow digs back in. Stowers back on the inside. These guys are really battling it out here for the lead, as Stowers somehow gets it back. What a battle here. Stowers goes down into the pit road. What a move by the number 2. Oh, no, he goofs going into the pits. Costly mistake as he tries to pit early and take advantage of clean track. That's definitely going to hurt him. Oh, Stowers. Tough luck for our points leader as David now has the lead. Mark Crawford in second. Scott Schroeder, I'm assuming I'm saying that right. You'll tell me later. In the third spot. We got to get him on Discord if he gets that podium finish. Newcomer sitting in third. He's got to feel good about that. Mark Crawford in the 5, sitting in second, trying to chase down David. David's a beast. It looks like right now we have 6 cars running. Thomas Stowers is still on pit road. We're watching for him to come out. Did he catch damage? Is that why he ended up spinning? I'm not sure. Is that why he pitted? Guess we're going to find out here in a second if he comes back out. If he doesn't, he's about to go a lap down. Stowers must have had damage as he pulled off. What happened to Stowers? Stowers is pulling out now in that number 211, but he's 1 lap down to the field, to the leaders. Tough break for the 211. Looks like a tricky pit road. Will these guys have issues too? That's the question. I don't think I've seen anybody practicing pit road entrance, and it was definitely clear there. Or did Stowers have damage when he came in, causing that mix-up? Mark Crawford has to feel good about being in that first position. Let's go further back, as we got a battle for third about starting to brew. As Conrado, after his little mistake and his half spin, is gaining on third place Scott. Mark Crawford, he goes into pit road. Looks like he's getting in there cleanly. So everybody, they have this plan to short pit. We'll see if that helps them. As Scott is now in the second position in that 07 and the 52 in the third position. Oh, that sucks. It felt like something was wrong as Conrado had an issue. Stowers is definitely having issues, as he said there. That's devastating as we're down to 5 or 6 drivers left in the field. Here comes Mark Crawford out of pit road. That's too bad. That was a great battle for the lead between the three of you. So Scott sitting in that second position. Like I said, he's got to feel good about that. Conrado in the third spot. Spencer, Pete, and Juan battling it out for the fourth position. And Mark Crawford sitting in sixth, having pitted already. The rest of these guys have to pit. So we watched Spencer have a few issues in the sprint race, and Juan was fast, but he had that one spin that he caught the wall and knocked the nose off that thing. Let's see if he's able to keep it straight this time and gain some position, as it looks like drivers Spencer or Timothy Pete now pulling out. So some of these drivers are getting back on the track. Marcelo's back on the track. Some of these guys who had issues early got those repairs. They're back out on the track. Let's see if they can gain any positions. If anybody else has some bad luck, they're definitely going to pass Stowers. Back up to the front. David still clearly in the lead. Scott sitting in second. Conrado trying not to make any mistakes in third. Gains on him and had a little issue. Spencer Pete in fourth. And Juan trying to dig in that fifth position and grab fourth. He's definitely fast here. He's just got to keep that thing straight and keep the nose clean. Did Timothy P have another issue? So down into turn one when these guys were passing. Oh, he lost it. Right in front of Juan. Juan extra careful, but no damage for Timothy there as he just took out the cone. The poor cone, innocent bystander there, gets taken out. Let's see. Let's see if we can go to the right rear suspension. Let's watch him take out that cone as he gets loose here. That is a cool view, actually. I like the little CD boot there. He gets loose. Let's see if we can see him take out the cone. Boom. He gets it with the back. Gearbox probably would have been better. So back to the battle for fourth as Juan is digging back in. Up front, it looks like Conrado took that second position. Scott back to third. Right behind them, you can see him in the distance. We got the battle for fourth place as Juan is diving up underneath Spencer. Side by side, it's a drag race. Who's going to win it? Down into turn one, Spencer's in the position. He's got to not make a mistake and lose it here. Seen so many people do it. And he is able to keep it straight. Juan's got to drop back to the fifth position. Oh, Juan loses it. He catches the grass. Not too bad. He gets a turn back straight. Can he reel him back in? Juan with a little mistake there. Mark Crawford sitting in sixth, already pitted. Hoping that these other guys make mistakes as David is sitting well out in the front, way in front of these guys. So Marcellus is 4 laps down. Timothy Pete 5. Justin is 6 laps down. And Thomas Stowers, I think he's out many laps down at this point. So Conrado in that second position trying to bring home a victory for Brazil. Got around Scott. Can he do anything with the leaders? The leader is 15 seconds ahead. Will we see some strategies from some of these guys hoping to gain some seconds on that leader? Scott in that 07 still sitting solidly in third. Spencer Pete in fourth, and Juan's trying to dig back in up on Spencer as he was battling hard. Looks like Stowers. Did Stowers make it? No, Stowers didn't make it back out. So David well out in front. We're going to watch this battle for second as Scott is staying close to the number 52. Can he make a run back? That draft does play a huge role. And I'll tell you what, one mistake out of that 52, Scott may not have the fastest car out here, but he's definitely not made as many mistakes as some of these other guys. So it's very easy. Easily could take that second spot back if Conrado makes a mistake here. 17 and a half minutes remaining in this one as I am getting all kinds of notifications on my phone. 17 minutes remaining. I got all kinds of notifications there, didn't I? Battle for second. Scott's definitely staying right on the back bumper of that 52. He's definitely learned something here today. Don't count him out as he's looking to battle for that second position. You know, as long as David doesn't make a mistake, it looks like he's got these guys on this one. He's definitely looking fast. So really, this is going to be just about not making mistakes as Justin has an issue on the track. Let's go see what happened to him. Justin in the 77, turn 1. Gotten so many people here tonight. Let's see what happens. Oh, it's just loses it. So many people it's happened to here tonight. I know he's mad at himself, but man, he's got to look. I think there's 10 people here tonight, and it's probably happened to 7 of them at least, where they've gotten loose there. We've even seen Stowers make a couple mistakes, and he rarely makes mistakes. So that tells you how difficult this track can be for these drivers. Ooh, Scott. Oh, Scott just kind of fell back a little bit. That's allowing Spencer Pete to close in on him. Let's see how close Spencer is. Spencer's 1.74 seconds back. Spencer is definitely closing in on third. Can Spencer get a podium finish? I'm still looking at Mark Crawford to end up in the podium. Oh, as I say that, Spencer makes a mistake into turn 1. That puts Juan in the second position, or in the fourth position. And Scott's going to be comfortably in third right now, not making any mistakes. As we move back up to the front. Oh, our second place driver's in. That moves Scott back to second. Conrado going in the pits. Going to make his pit stop about halfway through this thing. So right now, David's got a very comfortable lead. He is 24 seconds ahead of second place. Let's go look at this battle for second, though. Let's see how much. He's 6 seconds back. I just don't see him catching it. He's not gaining. Not a ton on the second place. So Scott's got to feel pretty good. And Mark up to the fourth position. So Mark's got to feel good about his strategy, taking that early pit there. Mark Crawford sitting in the 5th position, hoping David makes a mistake. That's what he's got to be hoping at this point. Don't lose any ground, and hope, as it's gotten cloudy here, that number 21 makes a mistake here. The clouds have definitely come out here for these drivers. The sun has gone behind the clouds, and you can see a huge difference. For these guys. Just a little bit of shade. This might actually add a little bit of grip to the track. Oh, some of these guys can only hope. So Mark is now up to the 3rd position as Juan is in the pits. So Mark back up to the 3rd position. He doesn't have to pit. Finishing in the rain. They haven't added the rain yet, but that would be freaking awesome. I don't know how these would do in the rain, though. This would probably be one of the worst to drive in the rain. Those little skinny tires. Man, Mark has got to feel good about his run here tonight, as he's made less mistakes than everybody else, except for maybe that number 21 machine, David. David has been flawless as we got about 12 minutes left to this race. Who's gonna get it? I'm pretty sure it's David, but I don't want to jinx him. I mean, making it close. Yeah. There goes David into the pits. He goes in perfect. He doesn't need a pit speeding penalty right here. He needs to be flawless in the pit road as we see him coming down pit lane to his pit stall. As he still has the lead, Scott is going to be closing in. But Scott still has to pit too. So as we watch it close down, it was 50 seconds back to third place, Mark Crawford. And David is out. David is out. He is going to lose the lead to Scott, but he isn't going to lose anything to Crawford. As Crawford is still going to be 48 seconds, 40 plus seconds behind him. So Scott is going to be out front by 2.5 seconds over David. Scott still has to pit. He can't make a mistake as the sun is coming back out. I mean, Scott's got to be happy about this run. He knows he's not going to win this thing. David's definitely been faster than the rest of the field. But he's got to feel good about it. So Mark closed in. He's 18 seconds behind David. I don't see him catching David. Let's see if Scott can have a good pit stop, as Mark had a little bobble there. Let's see if Scott can have a decent pit stop and maintain second or at least third place. He is... How far in front? He is 35 seconds ahead of fourth place. So if he can get a good quick pit stop, he should be able to maintain where he's at and get that podium finish. We're going to find out here soon, as he's got to make a decision on when he's going to pit. There's about 9 laps left of this thing, so he's got to pit soon. David's there. David's going to battle. Here's the question. Can Scott hold him up enough? No, Scott moves out of the way. Scott lets him around knowing he's faster instead of holding him up. I was wondering if he was going to hold him up enough that Mark could become a player in this. Will Scott pit this time by? Scott is in the pits. Let's watch this pit stop by the number 07 machine. Let's see what he's able to do. Where's he at? Where are you at? There he is. Hopefully he's got those tires unchecked, because if he takes tires here, he's not going to get that podium finish. What we really need to watch is this number 52. Let's watch the gap between him. Oh, it's not going to show it. So we got to watch. Oops, my bad. We got to watch the gap. Oh, he's going to get it. He's passing Scott right now. Scott's still in the pits. Scott is still in the pits. He must have taken more fuel than what he needed, but he's coming out now. But he's going to lose the 4th position to Juan. The good thing he's got going on his side is these two have made some mistakes on this track. He could still get a podium finish. It would be good to see the newcomer get that podium finish. Mark Crawford in 2nd place. He's got to feel good about that. Mark has definitely got to feel good about where he's sitting at in today's race. Colorado in the 3rd spot. Juan in 4th. Scott in 5th. Spencer Pete in 6th. Marcellus with that spin on the start of the race in 7th. Timothy Pete in 8th. Justin in 9th, struggling here tonight. And Thomas Stowers in that final spot, as he had wheel issues and is now out of the race for the night. As we got 7 minutes and 20 seconds left of this one, guys. Seven minutes and 20 seconds left in the race. I don't think Stowers never did come back out. All right. So David's just got to be flawless. Now he could potentially get lap traffic that could make things difficult. He's only 17 seconds behind the 5th place driver. He's lapped half of the field at this point. Mark Crawford is 21 seconds behind David. And then he's quite a bit. He's 16 seconds ahead of 3rd place of Conrado. Conrado is 11 seconds ahead of 4th. And Juan is only 3 seconds ahead of Scott. So could Scott play a role as Juan is in lap traffic? Juan's got to get around Spencer Pete. And Spencer Pete has definitely not been the easiest to pass. As I say that, Spencer moves way up the track and out the way. Good move by him. He's had a couple of slides. He doesn't want to take out a lead lap car in contention. So he moves out of the way. Good move by that number 29 machine. So Juan gets around the lap car. Scott is now a little less than 3 seconds behind. Can Scott improve his position? Scott's got to be happy with the top 5 regardless. First time in the series with these guys. Definitely good, solid, clean run out of him here tonight. So David in the 1st spot. Mark Crawford in 2nd. Conrado in 3rd. On that podium. Juan in 4th. Scott in 5th. Spencer Pete in 6th. Marcellus in 7th. Timothy Pete in 8th. And Justin in 9th. And Thomas Stowers out of the race in that 10th position. 5 minutes left to this thing. So what do you think we get? Oh man, I forgot. I got maps. I got maps now, guys. Well, I should have pulled the other map up. But I got maps. Let's go ahead and pull up the map so we can kind of see where everybody's at. I keep forgetting that I added all these cool little things and then I forget that I'm using it. Alright, so 1st place, you can see where everybody's at on the track with the map. Track map. I have another map. I got to figure out how to use it. It's way better than this. But you guys give me time. I'll get it figured out. And I got the new computer coming. That should help. That should help me run a lot of cool new things. As David is commanding this race. He's 24 seconds ahead of the 2nd place driver, gaining every lap. Last lap, David ran a 107.38 and Mark ran a 108.63. So definitely David just running a pace that he's comfortable with, doesn't have anybody to worry about at this point. David gonna cross the start finish line right now. Let's see, let's guesstimate 107. If he slows down just a little bit, we'll only get 3 more laps in this thing. If he doesn't slow down, then we're gonna, well, it's gonna be close. We're gonna get at least 3 more laps. Can we get 4? Will David make it so we get 4, or will we just get 3 more laps? We're going to find out here soon, as David is definitely commanding this race. Looks like, let's go back. It looks like the 3rd place driver is in traffic. He's coming up on Marcellus. Marcellus is definitely gonna let him by when he gets there. Let's go look at this battle right here. 6th place. Oh, that's not even gonna be a battle. Spencer Pete is a lap behind Scott, so Scott doesn't even have to worry about that number 29 machine behind him. Even if the 29 passes him, Scott will still be in the 5th position. So not a whole lot to worry about there. So really, these guys are spread out. Right? Did you see the little drive shaft when I was on the right rear? The little CV joint? Let's go. Look at the little CV joint there. They are cool little fun cars though. Definitely a fun little car. So right now there's really not a whole lot of battles that are doing a whole lot. If we go back up to this is probably and this isn't going to make a difference either. Even if the 52 does make it to Marcellus, Marcellus is not going to hold them up. As we got about 1.5 minutes left of this thing. And David has a ton of... oh, no, David going through a wrecked car as Scott has issues. Our 5th place car off the track. Let's go take a look at what happened to him as we got 1 minute left. Definitely some drama for the leader. That is the first mistake he's made. Oh, and he's nice enough. Good thing he held it down, held the brake, didn't pull up on the leader. Definitely a lot of respect out of the newcomer Scott there. Staying out of the way. As we go back up to the front, will we get one more lap or will this be the last lap? As we're counting down, I think we're going to get one more lap after this. I think we will get one more lap. It'll be close. It'll be close. "30 seconds left. Will he make it to the start-finish line, or will this be the white flag? Will this be the checkered flag that he'll see in front of him as he's closing in on the 6th place machine of Spencer Pete? Coming around, 15 seconds. Is he going to cross the line? He's probably going to cross the line. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Checkered flag or white flag? What do we got? Was that the end of it? I always get confused on the time. I think they're doing one lap. One lap to go. This is the last lap for our leader. He got to the line just as it was clicking down, so we'll have one more lap to go for David in that number 21 machine. Guys, he needs a sponsor. Somebody help him out. He's just too fast to not have somebody's name on that thing. We could do Uncle Kenny's Speed Shop on the side of that. What do you think, Uncle Kenny? Number 21 cruising to victory today. Just a few more corners and he will be at the checkered flag. He doesn't even need to pass anybody else. He's just cruising along for the victory. His first victory. Finally got rid of all those little demons that have bit him. Credit One Bank. What's up, Aaron? And David is going to be our winner here tonight. David in the number 1 position. And that 21 wins it. Mark Crawford going to come home second. Solid finish for him here tonight. There you go. Definitely got to be happy about that one as he's going to cross the start-finish line here. Down the front straightaway. He's happy. Look at how happy he is about that second place finish. Definitely getting better every week in that number 5 camp. Conrado in that number 52. He's going to bring it home on a podium finish. He's got to be happy too. Definitely had a good run here tonight. Juan is going to be happy to bring the nose piece home as he wasn't able to in the sprint. In that number 4 machine as he crosses across the line in 4th position. And Scott, newcomer, first race with the eFormula series. He's going to go ahead and he's going to end up finishing in that 5th position. Good finish out of him here tonight. He's got to be proud. Spencer Pete's going to be 6th. Marcellus in 7th. Timothy in 8th. Justin in 9th, and Thomas Stowers is going to be 10th. Let's see who we end up with in our race chat, so I can do an interview before the end of this one. And then I got to rush to Dover. I got to get to Dover to go call another one, so we'll see how that goes. Right? Well, I got 2 more broadcasts tonight, so hopefully everything holds up for me too here tonight. So as these guys take it home, let's see who gets in. I know we got 2nd place. I think that might be all we end up talking to here tonight. So let's go ahead and pull in our 2nd place driver. Crawford, what a finish. Look, I don't know if anybody else is going to make it in Discord, but I knew you were in here, and you've been working hard to get these good, solid finishes, and got a 2nd place here tonight. You got to feel good about that. And I think that was the key. I think you and David were really the only ones that didn't make any mistakes here tonight. And obviously, you guys finished 1st and 2nd, and David, he was just stupid fast here today. And this didn't look like an easy track. So you got to tell me how you felt early on when you were up there battling for the lead. I mean, you got that nice jump on the start, took the lead, and then you saw the battle between Mark and Thomas. Thomas had wheel issues here tonight. Man, that had to be pretty wild for you to watch. Well, it had to feel nice to have that comfortable run. It looked like you learned a lot in the sprint race, and you took that over to the feature. Is there anybody you got to thank here tonight?
My wife and all my family and everyone who's tuning in, and thank you for Marcellus for putting on the league again. It's something I look forward to every week, and it's awesome. And thank you, James. We appreciate you. You make this fun.
All right. Well, thanks for putting on a heck of a show here tonight, and I'll catch you next week.
Sounds good, James. You have a good weekend.
You too. All right. So that was our 2nd place driver. Doesn't look like we're gonna have anybody else up here tonight. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to sign off, and I got to get to Dover. So, guys, until, I don't know, about 5 minutes, be safe.